You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with. I'm similar to the thriller in Manila. Honeys call me bigger, the condom filler. Whether it's stiff tongue or stiff dick, Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check this shit, I got the pack of rough riders in the back of the Pathfinder. You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with the lyrical gift. Hit you with the dick, make your kidney shift. Here we go, but I'm not domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. So recognize the dick size in these Coincatch jeans. I wear 13s, know what I mean? I fuck around and hit you with the Hennessy dick. Mess around and go blind, don't get to see shit. The next batter, here to shatter your blatter, it doesn't matter. Skinny or fat or light skinned or black, baby, I drop these. Beneath with my me, screaming, I poppy. I love it when they call me Big Pop, but I only smoke blunts if they roll prop. But look, I got ya caught up with the drunk flow. Fuck taekwondo, I told a fofo. For niggas getting mad cause they bitch chose me. A big black motherfucker with G. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. Big bang boots from the Bronx to Bolivia. Getting physical like Olivia Newt. Tricks up my click dick all day with no trivia. So give me a bankroll and a bag of weed. I'm guaranteed to fuck her till her nose bleed. Even if the new man's a certified Mac, you get that H-Town in ya. You want that old thing back? B-I-double-T-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. How come you come, we coming back to maybe. How close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you and your sister similar faces? When y'all coming, y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera roll. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back, I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back. Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares of girls killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hunt's in the crib, please send her in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clips a lot, but licking clips has to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peep the funk flow, really go. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this, stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex, and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split.
What's up, everybody? 1 second, let's turn on the cam. Not sure what is happening with the stream right now, but my camera is not turning on. Real quick. Dude, I've been having so many streaming issues since I started. I had to reopen the stream twice because it wasn't picking up my mic. But what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Glad to be here. It's been a while. Haven't seen you. What have I been doing? I've been traveling. We've had family in town. Summer's been nice. It's been sunny. A lot of fishing. Really, ever since I sold, I've kind of low-key been checked out. If you haven't noticed, and it's not that I don't care. Like, I'm still here. I'm still, making updates, still posting analysis. But for me, it's like, why am I going to stare at the market if I'm not going to buy or don't have any intentions to buy anytime soon? So we'll cover all of that. I want to talk a lot about, especially Bitcoin. It seems like every single time I tweet, everyone's got something to say about it in a very negative way. I know some of you have been watching. Some of you were with me in 2020 and 2022, really the top of 2021. So I'm going to go through all that. But first, what's up, Colin? Am I doing all right? I'm doing great, dude. I don't know where this misinterpretation that I'm losing my mind because Bitcoin's at 120K. Like, guys, I don't care. In 2020, right, 2021, I sold at 55,000, really 53K. The last sell was at 55. And, we went all the way to 65. We went up the same percentage we just went up. About the same percentage. I sold right under 90. Actually, no, I sold right under 100, right? 97K. We're up 25%. Sold at 53K here. Most of it was at 53. 23%. Man, that's not a huge difference, especially when you're looking at grabbing the other 400-ish% that was below us. But a couple things I want to go over. You're going to see some similarities, and one thing I wanted to point out first. We're going to start with Bitcoin. I'll look at stocks, maybe look at the dollar. It is a little weird that the dollar looks like it's primed for reversal. Stocks look like they're about to go down some, and then crypto just goes up. So first things first, I made a tweet about this morning. Look at volume. Look where we are. Make it make sense. It doesn't. I know a lot of you are going to say, it's the ETFs, it's the this, it's that. Guys, I get that ETFs are now a big thing. Okay, I get that. But the majority of crypto users still use exchanges. The ETFs and I believe all the institutions that bought ETFs only account for 6% of total supply, right? Still think exchanges have a mass majority of the traded volume and probably will for the next decade. A couple things I also want to point out about volume. Okay, so yeah, we get to 65K the first run up. Volume's okay. Volume's pretty good. Starts to wane off at the end, which we had a head and shoulders. We had an ascending wedge. We had lots of issues sitting there. Daniel Roman 2021 and 2023 RSI line. RSI can go to 82. I'm sure it can, but we already had a major RSI move. What I'm saying is really since here. And I didn't sell there. There really wasn't a reason for me to sell here. But from there, we've been kind of slowing down and exhausting, seeing less and less volume, which look at it from the 2021 perspective, right? Yes, we went down to 30K. We went back up again, but look at our volume. Our volume tapers off significantly. We have major bearish divergences, big momentum swing as well. Look, I'm not saying it's not possible to go higher, but when you have all of these signs and signals that have shown you in the past that have been consistent historically, you have to pay attention to them. You have to take them into account. And look, if you're a buyer in this area, like let's say you bought with us right here, you're up almost 700%. Let's say your average is like 16,000. Say you just scooped the bottom. You're up 700%. It's time to sell. I mean, how are the dogs doing? One of them, I think, is behind me. Yeah, we just went on a little walk, so they're a little tired. It's hot. It's like 90 degrees outside. But my whole point is, guys, stop trying to guess where the top is and take your profits, because everybody knows. Well, anyone who has any experience with crypto knows that the cycle is coming to an end. The idea of a super cycle has been talked about in the past, and it never happened. High RSI line, 21 on 24, now 25 RSI can go to 82 this time. You already said that. And I've already told you RSI's already gone to 88. We've quite literally had the same, almost the same market as 2021, where yes, we got that second high. Yes, our high is much more significant here, which that's great. You know, some people sold here, and if you bought at 15K, there's still nothing wrong with that necessarily, right? I was not a seller down there. I sold at 90, right under 90. But now you're starting to see these issues that we're talking about, right? We just went over 2021. Now let's look at 2024, 2025. I'm going to remove all of this so we can see clearly. Right? You start to talk about volume. Volume, the biggest, really the most important issue. Volume's been draping down since our high here at point A. So you have three highs, right? A, B, C. Right? So since point A, volume's been dropping. Now from point A to point B, this is where you start to see that exhaustion, right? When you see this, it's like, okay, something's wrong here. We're starting to see a major divergence in the way that volume's dropping off from how price is moving. Yes, we went up higher, but you're starting to see the cracks of exhaustion, starting to make those bigger bearish divergences on the weekly and the monthly. Nothing on MACD, nothing on momentum either. So we're okay. There's a possibility that we go higher. Scrape down, come back up. What happens? Volume drops off even more. Now we have a third divergence here. You have a divergence here, and you have a momentum divergence here. Right? In cyclical fashion, right? The 4-year cycle. If you pay attention to the 4-year cycle, Bitcoin is technically done. Right? We're very, very close to done. I don't want to put a pinpoint on anything, but Bitcoin's very, very close to done or done. Right? We could have literally just had the top. We have all of these issues. We have the lowest volume we've seen in the whole cycle. I'm going to zoom in and really show you guys. Since the bottom, 15K bottom, look at volume, right? I think our lowest candle, let's put a line right here. Other than, and just to look, like a couple of these red weeks, like a couple weeks here, this is the lowest volume we've ever had, and we're at all-time highs. Right? That's concerning. And I know the excuse is ETFs. It's not. The majority of trading is done on exchanges. That is a huge issue, right? Huge, major issue. You do not want to see volume going down if we're breaking all-time highs, because if not, you're seeing the same thing as this. Volume draped off the whole time from the low to the high. Look what happens. Yes, we made a new all-time high. You know, people that might have bought the previous all-time high were slightly in profits for about a couple hours, I think. We hit 69,000, then went immediately down. Inverted HS might be setting. You can't make a reversal pattern in an uptrend. It doesn't make any sense. Not only that, you have the divergences. I've already brought that up. But, and I know I'm kind of walking in circles here, guys. My whole point is, you should have an exit strategy at this point. Stop going on YouTube. Stop going on Twitter. Stop reading the 200 and 300K price targets, because the exact same thing was said here, that we were going to go to 100 and 150. People fell for it, and they ended up losing their ass. Right? If you're in significant profits, if you bought between 15, 20, 30, even 40K, you should be exiting now or thinking about exiting. And I know a lot of you have had a problem with some of my tweets in the last couple of weeks. I know that we've risen, we put a new all-time high. That's great. I don't fucking care. My point is, you should be having an exit strategy right now. You should be either DCAing out or having a point where, hey, maybe if we go back below 105, I'm selling everything, right? Let's say that's your strategy. You're like, okay, we go back below, we put in a new low, we go in below 100K, sell it all, right? Okay, it is what it is. The signs and signals are there, and just like in 2021, people are going to lose their asses. people are going to have someone to blame or something to blame, right? There's always something to blame when it's right there in front of you. Guys, Bitcoin went up 700% from the bottom. Okay? Take advantage of what's been given to you. Stop trying to be 100% right. Stop trying to call bottoms and sell tops. Take your profits and get out before you lose your fucking ass. That's what I've been warning. That's been my job. That's what I've been helping with, right? In 2022, 2023, I was screaming to buy the bottom. Screaming. Buy, everything. You guys should be buying. Look, we're down, almost 80% from highs. Time to buy. I got flack then. Everyone's saying, well, I'll just buy at 12, and I'll buy at 6, and I'll buy at 3. Didn't happen at all, right? We bottomed at 15K. Now we're sitting and look, I sold at 90, right below 90. Let's say Roman sold here. I'll put an R there. Okay, so we're in this box. Whether we go to 140 or not, imagine we don't. Imagine if this is the top and we do something like this. Are you going to be okay with that? Because there's no guarantee that this is just going to go straight upwards. And for those of you saying, but the stock market looks so strong, let me show you this. Back in 2021, the S&P 500 kept going higher and really put a line in here. Kept going higher while this dropped 60%. This is a 60% drop while the S&P 500 went higher. Keep that in mind. Yes, is Bitcoin and the S&P and kind of the macro stuff a bit intertwined? Yes, but crypto still has its own headspace. Crypto can still drop a hell of a lot more than the stock market. Crypto is not the S&P 500. And, in some ways, I guess it can be a safe haven, but right now it's not a safe haven. The safe haven is the S&P 500, which we've seen historically. Real talk, forget about the fairy tales and take profits. I mean, that's the whole point. My whole problem with what's happening right now, and you go on Twitter, right? Let's go on Twitter. Look, any of my tweets. I've said it numerous times, right? These are issues, and I'll even go back. I'll go back a little bit. Depending on close, let's find a good one. Still think this is the end of the bull run, even if we go slightly higher. Bear divs, all these problems. Right? All of them keep changing charts, right? Too dangerous to sell. Too dangerous. We are at an 800% price increase. I'm not going to say that first word, but it's literally the beginning. The beginning was at $15,000. I'm going to sell when you turn bullish. Turn bullish at 15,000. Laugh my ass off, right? These tweets sound like you're talking to yourself rather than others. Good therapy. This won't age well. This scenario. My whole point is there are some stupid ass people, right? This is the top of the market. Now I'm going to show you guys where the bottom of the market was. And it's going to take me a minute to find this tweet. I have to figure out how to search by name. It might be highlights. Let's see if we can't find it. Yep, officially. So I made this post at $17,500 US. Bitcoin was down in 2022. Officially in recession, reports come out. I'll begin my DCA after over 1.5 years of patience since I took profits back at 53K back in February of 2021. Good luck to you all. How are you so sure? Let's see. If indeed recession is now, what kind of bottom should we expect? We're literally at the bottom. You are not waiting to see 13K. We didn't even hit 13K, right? You should look at time frames, low to low, high to high, low to high. You'll might cycle DCA at the start of the bull market, not bad, but you'll likely miss the lows. This tweet happened $2,000 off the lows. Win bottom, right? Me too. Much respect, whatever. There's not another dump. No another dump. Delete the... Oh, man, this was funny. Let's see if there's anything else. In 2020, when we were in recession 2, just saying, The whole point is you're going to have people that disagree with everything, usually at the tops and bottoms, right? Everyone's happy. Everyone's seeing green. Everyone's in profits right now because we're at all-time highs unless you bought a couple hours ago. My point is, when I was buying here, everyone told me it was a terrible idea. Now selling up here is a terrible idea. Block opposite the herd. Don't listen to everybody else. No one has a fucking clue what they're doing. And if you're one of those people that's like, oh man, I bought here, or maybe you bought here, you're in a you're still almost 100% in gains. Actually, you are 100. Well, it depends where you bought, but almost 100% in gains. Look at the cycle as a whole. We are up 700, almost 800. Well, really, almost 700% from lows. We actually were almost up 800% off lows. You have to put everything in perspective. This thing did not just start. It's been going on for almost 3 years. And cyclical wise, we're coming to the end anyways. Bitcoin really stops going higher around now to September, which I know you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, that's still plenty of time. No, it's not. September's a month and a half away. We could quite literally repeat this, go sideways and down, and you had all this time to sell. Yeah, you're going to sit there and not do anything. After all of this information's been given to you, after all of the signs have been here, I mean, this is like looking at the weather before you. Let's say you're going to go on a fishing trip, right? You're about to go on your boat. You look at the weather. They say hurricane, don't go out there. They say typhoons, don't go out there. Heavy rain, heavy winds, all this warning. There's fucking smoke alarms going off in the sky. They're saying don't go out there, don't go out there, and then you do and you sink. Like everyone warned you. Don't be an idiot. 740% is 8.4x crazy. Yeah, and let's talk about last cycle. Last cycle, yes, I know we saw 20x from the bottom. If you caught the absolute bottom. So this was 20. This was 100, I believe. The last one was 1,000. Each cycle, the returns get smaller and smaller. Right? This is 8. I mean, come on. It's right there in front of you. Don't be greedy. Take your profits. Don't be an idiot. Let's talk a couple other things, and then I'm going to end the stream. I've got a couple things I got to do. And one of them is pack, because we're about to leave for Virginia on another fishing trip. When sell alts, then? I don't know if we're going to have an alt season. So, and I'm not... Guys, just so you know, I don't have any alts right now. I'm watching alts. I'm seeing if there's an opportunity. But I don't see anything yet. Speaking of alts, let's just talk Bitcoin dominance first. Couple issues with Bitcoin dominance. Oh, we actually did have bull dips. Now we don't. Okay, so this is promising for your altcoins. We actually have 3 levels of bearish divergence here, which I've pointed out. I don't know if volume even matters on dominance, so I'm not going to pay attention too much to it. You almost look like you have an ascending wedge here as well. Maybe we make one more high and drop. This would be your alt season. So just like I said with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin really being close to over, guys, when the bull market's over, we have alt season, right? Alt season's the last kind of hurrah. That liquidity goes from Bitcoin to Ethereum to the rest of the alt space into the dollar, and then you start your bear market, right? Obviously, Bitcoin would probably be a lot lower before then, but you'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this would trigger alt season. This ascending wedge, divergences. I wouldn't say to buy alts right now. I'd wait for one more move lower, just because if you look at the daily and the 4 hour, for like look at Tau, for example. We just had a 40% move. I believe this is 40. Yeah, 53% move. I would wait for a little pullback. Like maybe we retest down here. That's where I'd buy. But again, I'm still waiting for Bitcoin dominance to confirm this ascending wedge, to confirm that these divergences are going to play out. And really for Ethereum to Bitcoin to finally show some strength. It's starting to look better, but it's still not that great. I mean, this is looking very similar to this, where we could just go sideways and lower. So Ethereum to Bitcoin still not showing a lot of strength. Ethereum's doing better. Wouldn't say the best, but it's doing a lot better. I can't believe this thing almost hit $1,200. Crazy. Like link to Bitcoin still extremely weak. Tau to Bitcoin still extremely weak. I mean, we're just retesting support as resistance. Fetch to Bitcoin looks incredibly weak. So when I go through, and for those of you wondering, like, when do you buy alts? You look at alt to Bitcoin charts. You look for like reversals. You look for like double bottoms like this. Big areas of support to get hit. You look for, flipping areas that were acting as support, right? Now it's kind of acting as resistance to flip, right? Logging there. You're looking for strength, and we have none at the moment. Not really anything confident. I mean, even Solana to Bitcoin doesn't look that strong. So, at this moment, I'm not interested in alts. There are 18.46 million alts. That's crazy. That's absurd. Just seems like a lot of those need to disappear. And let's look at the dollar. So I said this earlier last week, I believe, maybe earlier this week. I am expecting a little bit of downward movement in the stock market. I know crypto went higher, which is a little surprising, but we do have bullish divergences on this weekly RSI and price. MACD looks like it's about to flip. I'm at least looking at 101, and that should take the S&P lower and the NASDAQ. I mean, I would expect a little bit of sell-off because now all the news headlines are like all-time high, right? And everyone thinks it's a great time to buy when they see all this green. Well, if you sell off, liquidate them, then move higher, you have a, there's all those firms and exchanges make tons of money. But yeah, guys, I don't really have much else. Probably start streaming again soon. Again, I'm going to be out of town the whole rest of the week. Not much has changed in my macro analysis. I know you're looking at my tweets like this dude is crazy. We're at 120K and this and that and the other thing. Guys, I was telling people to sell at 53K back here. We went to 65. We went up literally the exact same price increase. About, not the exact same, but you look at 53 to 65 is a 23% increase. Sold right under 90. It's not very far off. So I don't care to be off by a small margin. I'm just happy we caught. See, we caught all of that. Right? That's what I was more concerned with. So, with all that said, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. One other thing I did want to let you guys know. So, we have, I opened up copy trading on Bitkit. It should be on Coincatch soon. I have to wait for Coincatch to allow me to use, what is that, like hedge mode with copy trading. Right now I can't. So, following up with copy trading, we've been doing pretty well. I think I'm up like 10%. The problem with this is the ROI, like the percentage, ignore this. I'm not up 22% on 100 grand. Like that's not, I'm up like, I don't even know what I'm up, but the percentage wise, just ignore it. It's up like 5 to 6% this month, which is excellent, right? All you gotta do is go in, copy it. I believe Blowfin has it too. If you can use Blowfin, trying to get it working on Coincatch. I'm done posting lower time frame trades. It's just a hassle. It's sometimes when I make the post, you miss the entry, and like everything with this market, everything is so fast. So I figured it's probably just easier copy trading. So if you're interested, go in. To use Blowfin, you actually have to sign up with my referral link. Bitkit, you can do, if you have a Bitkit account, you can just straight copy. But you get the fee discount if you use my link. So, helps me, helps you. But with all that said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. I won't be back.